Hello, everybody. My name is Nelson Perez, aka Matter Eater Lad.
It's Camron, aka Moon Knight, and welcome to Contagious Nerds.
Yes, here we are, guys.
Hi, I'm Deadpool's head.
Oh yeah, and our special guest Deadpool.
Different guy.
Special guest Deadpool. If you don't already see what we are trying to pull off,
Yeah.
Today's episode is all about Marvel versus DC. You know, you got Deadpool, and then you got, that shit comic right there. But yeah.
But first, before we get into our little head butters, let's get into current events. How you been, Nelson? What's up?
I'm great. This weekend was great. I had a fun weekend.
I mean, I had me a nice little bummy weekend.
I seen it on your Snap story.
Play a game, yeah, facts. Oh, Modern Warfare? Eat me.
What did I play? I played with somebody's feelings. So yeah. That's all I gotta say.
This guy. Bro, that Jake Paul and Ben Askren fight.
Oh, he threw that. He threw it 100%. He stood up and then he stumbled 1 foot and he said, "It's over. It's over. We can't keep going."
Nah, bro.
Bro, he definitely paid. He got a mil for that. He got 7 bands. He got 7 M's. 1 M for it. 7 digits.
I mean,
for faking it.
6 figures for what, bro?
For what? He's like 40.
I don't really
would've
care,
taken that
but
too.
I mean, I think...
That's not 6, he took 7. He got a mil.
Hear me out, right? Like, I'm gonna probably throw footage like around here, but that's besides the point. Like, for real, right? Jake Paul, right?
Yes.
He was like, he's been training like heavy,
He sucks.
like super heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been like ready to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? So like, time comes. You feel like I think he has the knockout power. It's like been like shown that he has the knockout power.
Right, well, let's explain this. Ben Askren is before when he was actually in MMA, he was a world champion. He did it twice. He was a 2-time world champion. He won gold in NCAA, and he did the Olympics. He did all that. His striking isn't the best, but Jake Paul is obviously going to have the advantage. He's like 20-something years younger than Ben Askren.
Exactly.
I'm not going to give him that advantage. But even Jake Paul's coaches said that he sucked at striking. He only got lucky because Ben Askren is probably the worst striker in the UFC.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, as much as he has like picked like subtle, like really bad fights so far,
Yeah,
just
Nate
to
Robinson.
win.
Deji.
But it's like, if you really look at it, you feel me? Jake Paul, there's no way he could have rigged that. Like the freaking ref, he probably was like, on Jake Paul's side for whatever reason. Jake Paul's like,
because he got
paying
that
half of the
bread.
event, but like paying half of the event, right? But it's like, even then, still, right? No matter if he was catching a check or not, the ref, you saw Ben Askren. He didn't pass the test. He was supposed to walk straight. He literally stumbled all the way to left.
That's what I'm saying. He stumbled once. Like that's when he took that first step, he took 1 step to the right, and then he stumbled a little bit. That's it. I can tell you now from watching a lot of fighting, that isn't a clear designation to say that he got knocked out because he stood up right after he got knocked down. That itself is a clear indication that he's good. He didn't even go longer than 2 minutes. How could he already be knocked out? That's what I'm saying. It's just I don't think Jake Paul has the force in his hands to do that. And I don't like how after the fight he was messing with actual
Good morning, Conor McGregor.
world champions, like people who are actually in the UFC right now, like Tyron Woodley and Daniel Cormier. He was messing with them. I promise you, if Tyron Woodley ever fought Jake Paul, I've never seen a faster massacre in my life.
I'm not an avid fight watcher, but like if it were to happen, I would be down to watch it.
I wouldn't even pay my money for it. I would just pirate it, and then I would still want my money back.
Other stories in the news so far.
Yes.
They done like canceled the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. I don't know much about it, but I think it's something that we should put out there. It's kind of weird why they would do that. Don't know. They've only had 6 blood clot cases out of like the whatever million people they've actually helped with the vaccine. So it kind of makes no sense.
You said Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah.
Isn't that a lawyer like thing?
No, that's the the baby lotion, baby shampoo.
No.
That family company. You never seen it? Mm-mm. It's like the shampoo they put in your eye so you can't cry. Like it's like tear free.
Oh, what no.
It's like tear free.
I've never seen that.
But yeah, they started like a vaccine process and like it was working, but they got like 6 blood clots and they were like, no, we gotta stop it.
Yeah.
It was weird. Other than that, RIP DMX.
Oh, an RP somebody. Who else just died? That was close to DMX.
Black Boy.
I think so.
It was something like that. I forgot his name.
He just died.
I don't want to diss any old heads, but like I forgot his name.
Oh well, Miss the Rage is coming out in about a week or two. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Trippy said.
Word?
Yeah, you didn't see his post? He said, so what do you guys think I should drop in a week or two? He already dropped merch.
Hey man, if it happens, it happens.
It's gotta be Mr. Rage, man.
If you want to talk about drops, let's talk about slang language too.
Oh my God, I haven't listened to that yet. My brother literally told me about it yesterday.
0 misses.
I don't think that thing is gonna miss at all.
It's zero. No, literally 0 misses. I've been
it
listening
sounds
to
so
it for like the
fire.
past day and a half. 0 misses.
Yeah, it's great.
0 misses. Everything, everyone on there.
Gotta listen to that
Shout
a
out
lot.
to Thug. Shout out to YSL.
Uzi.
Definitely Uzi. Uzi carried Proud of You, which is also amazing. And it's like one of the best songs. I don't care. Like anyone who listens to that chorus, best song.
Amazing, man. Amazing.
Any more things in the news that we should talk about?
Any more things? Well,
Oh, EDP 445. I mean,
no.
famous internet personality EDP 445 has just been caught, you know, being a. I'm not gonna put a word out there because you know this is a family channel. But besides the point, not assaults, but like you know tendencies of pedo are out there. There's a video coming out about it. I don't know the thing, but sad thing to hear. So yeah, I actually like EDP 445.
yeah. Well, I think that that's probably.
Ugh, you smell like an expired carton of eggnog had a secondary mutation.
Now we're into the head butters.
Here we are. I think that we should start off right before we get into this. Shang-Chi. It's about to be the new Marvel film that's gonna come out soon. It's the first one out of the new phase, and I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
I thought Morbius was the first one to come out for the.
Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi comes out in September.
Listen, dumb crunch. I may have lost my body in a freak car wash accident, but I still have teeth.
That's why Deadpool 3 is not coming out at all. Anyways, but stay on head butters. As previously stated, our topic for today is DC versus Marvel. I'll be repping DC. He'll be repping Marvel. We're gonna go off of
Can I get
3
a double
bases.
patty? Wolverine style.
I don't think he shuts up. Anyways, we're going off of 3 main bases. We're gonna do cinematics,
You're so ugly.
comics,
Serious
and TV shows. TV shows. Anyways,
Uncanny.
let me start
You
now. sir.
can. Our
well,
heroes will never be the same.
I think the worst one should start. So, be my guest.
Anyways, DC is top tier when it comes to comics. Oldest out from Detective Comics all the way up till now. It's been amazing. Batman, 80 years this man has been on the air everywhere. We all love Batman. But for the cinematic universe part of DC, we don't have a lot of movies out, and that's awesome. However, right? There's a lot of animated movies that get underlooked, but have like amazing credibility, and they're like directly tied to the comics, which is perfectly needed for if you're looking for that. Not to mention like for cinematics, like half of our movies that we've had come out have been like bangers. Dark Knight, Batman Begins. All the other Batman movies suck, though. I'm sorry. All the other Batman movies suck, except for Dark Knight. Christian Bale Batman and Ben Affleck Batman are like top tier. Sorry. And then Joker. The Joker movie is amazing. Joker movies are amazing. Everything amazing is about DC. Comics are top tier. As we have right here, The Killing Joke is one of the best, in my opinion, comics from DC. Not only do we get an insight on to this person that we have no idea about, because we still don't know his actual name, but it shows you what turned him into the Joke. In my opinion, top tier comic.
Bluetooth fail. Try again.
Tough. All comics on DC are amazing.
Hey,
All
while you're in the
characters are
app,
amazing
see
too.
if you can find my
Anyways,
Make me say.
Anyways.
comic-wise, all DC character developments, all DC character development is amazing. We've had a beautiful array of characters. The Justice League, the Lantern Corps. We have so many different tiers of characters, people, even civilians have character development sometimes. Like random civilians have character development when you just read the comics. And they're so integral to the storylines built inside. And then TV shows, we win. Definitely win. Young Justice, Static Shock, Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go. We hate Teen Titans Go. Funny show, but sweat. Teen Titans. Then we have the Green Lantern, Batman the animated series, Batman Beyond. And those itself had good movies also. But yeah, DC, top tier. Think it beats Marvel. It might be gritty. Yes, it's dark and gritty. Everybody's sad. Everyone always has a super tragic backstory. But that's needed when you want to create a character that the people actually live with. Like, you know how many people love Batman just because they can somewhat relate to him as an orphan? I mean, they probably don't like all, the breaking bones for no reason, but they relate to him.
Missed Bluetooth connection. You were a lonely nerd. Let's try again.
90% of DC comics are Batman. And if I'm gonna read a DC comics, I'm gonna be just about Batman. I like Justice League, I like all that stuff, but I definitely think that Marvel's better. Personally, I think that Marvel's characters' backstories are longer and more thought out, and they really try to connect and make it more relatable to us, even though you know, as relatable as a superhero can be to an actual person. I definitely think that the cinematic universe is probably easier to plan out and easier to go through with because the comics are more how do I say? They're easier to transfer over into cinema. You know, you read the panel, you can see it, and that's not really that hard to recreate. But Batman, you know, that's a lot of stuff. Batman's a lot of Justice League is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Dark Side, all that stuff, it's a lot of stuff. You know, it's hard to actually get that right, but it's really not that hard to get the Reptile right, or it's really not that hard to get Venom right. It's really not that hard to get Doc Ock right.
Characters.
They're easy characters.
Basic.
DC really tries, but Marvel, they don't have to try as hard to get as good as, you know, quality.
We win in character development.
Yeah, when 90% of your Batman stories are, oh my God, Robin died. Oh my God, Joker, he's back. Why don't you just kill him? You can't just kill him?
We bring him back.
Listen, Batman has broken his code of killing people like billions of times. He's murked so many people, and why doesn't he just do it to the Joker? I don't know.
I'm not mistaken. Didn't Spider-Man kill his own girlfriend?
Did he? Oh, maybe because he had cancer from the radioactive bite that he had. Yeah,
Or the fact that he
know.
literally tried to catch her with a freaking web, and she just...
Yeah, which one was that, Gwen?
Which one?
Yeah.
So
the
it
side
doesn't
one?
matter. It doesn't matter about
it's
the
the
love.
side
as
one.
long as
It's-
it was happening then. All right.
Batman doesn't even have lovers, and when he does, they rape him, and then they have a kid, and that kid is process of a rape.
Not wrong.
Like,
Not wrong about that. You're not
so
wrong
first
about
of
that.
all, that's not it. And then, well, comic-wise, love Marvel comics. Me personally, I'm gonna have to go with two, and first one's got to be Grim Hunt. It's a what-if comic about Spider-Man. If his moral compass was a little more like Batman, and it's very, very intense. Kraven the Hunter. His family tries to bring him back to life, but they try because they have to sacrifice Spider-Man in order to bring Kraven back. Spider-Man's copy, his double, Kane, takes Spider-Man's place, which then Kraven does come back, but he came back into this world through the means of a clone, which then makes his immortality false because it's not the real Spider-Man. So the only way for him to die is by Spider-Man's hands, and that happens. Spider-Man murks this man. It's crazy. It's brutal. He grabs his face, and he just rips it off, and then he kills him. And you know, you never see Spider-Man do that, and that's why I like this about what-if stories.
So violent, huh?
Marvel has a lot of what-if stories. Like, what if the characters actually aged? You know, Spider-Man was made in 1960, I think.
Yeah.
So if you went with that timeline, by the time now, he'd be 60 years old. So
We had that. Dark
Iron Man would be this old, you know, Hulk would be this old. They actually have to find new mantles for their superhero. They actually have to try.
Yeah,
have to go
didn't
through
they have like the young
living.
Avengers? Yeah, they were like the Young Avengers, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God. Oh, and superhero groups? Oh my God. Got the Avengers, you got the X-Men, got the Suicide Squad, you got the Immortals.
Suicide Squad is also part of DC too. We have our own, and ours is kind of top tier. You know,
We have a weird
Deadshot.
one. We got a weird one, but I also like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe. There's like 3 of these comics. They really like having Deadpool murk everybody. But I like this comic specifically. Deadpool's right here, and this comic is even weirder. It's Deadpool. Normally his voice is in his head because he's a little schizo, and
Love Tap.
and yeah, he's a little schizo. So they were hiding him in the X-Men facility because he was crazy. But Psycho Man was trying to control him and trying to make him one of his slaves, but by suppressing his voices in his head. The problem with that is that when he suppressed the voices in his head, all of them suppressed, and then a new one came out of nowhere, which then made him go crazy. And that new one told him to kill everybody, which is even wilder. So after he kills the X-Men because he's in their facility, he kills the Fantastic Four at the beginning of the comic, which is crazy. he slits Johnny Storm's throat, and then with the blood from Johnny Storm's throat, he finds Invisible Woman, kills her. So it's even brutal. After that, he goes to find Watu, goes murks the Watcher, and then he starts his killing spree. Let's not say it's a killing spree, because this is genuine genocide to the Marvels. He kills literally.
Bro. You can't just talk about the whole comic.
I'm not talking about the whole comic. I'm ending it right now.
All right.
This is it. He does genocide to all the Marvel characters you can think of, and from even then, after he starts killing them, they are so tired of him, they start killing themselves. It's just like, how do you do that? How are you so feared that literally superheroes, people that can do anything, kill themselves because they don't want to die by you?
I mean, it's happened many times. You know, different continuities of the DC universe.
They was like they were going from back to back, jumping off the building together. Bye. Next.
Supervillains have probably like thought about suicide just because of
Deadpool, you're crazy, and he's cursed with immortality. Like that's not a gift.
It's a curse.
He literally loves death so much that Thanos gave him the curse of immortality, so he can never be with death because Thanos loves death too.
Yeah, man. Be like that.
But you know, Marvel comics feel better. They look better. The characters got so many more suits. You know, the teams, their actual comics are nice. I love a lot of fucking comics.
All right.
Spider-Man is my favorite superhero.
Definitely.
And I don't know, that's probably it. Probably didn't win that argument, but I did enough.
Uses 2 comics.
Uses two.
So I'm gonna put it out there. My favorite superhero is Robin. Nightwing Robin. Best one. Boy Wonder. Top tier. Talking about like best gymnast, top tier fighter. Best like, he's not the smartest. That's Tim Drake, but he's like top tier when it comes to like all that, which makes him amazing.
Makes him great.
What about TV shows, huh? What about your Marvel TV shows?
You got the Spider-Man animated series, and then you got Spider-Man Unlimited. Oh my God, I love Spider-Man Unlimited. You got Spider-Man and his amazing friends.
I think Spectacular Spider-Man.
And then you got Marvel Superhero Squad. I love that one. I really don't be watching TV shows like that, but
I mean, if you want to listen.
Marvel.
Go listen to it.
My brain don't know what to say.
I mean, you still have like the Avengers.
Of course.
Like Disney, after like buying out like Marvel, they like put out
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
They like put out
WandaVision.
like mad shows.
Yeah, WandaVision.
But not even that, bro. You have like the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, the other Spider-Man one. There's the Young Avengers. I don't think it's called that, but I think it's like they're like the offspring of the Avengers. So like.
Why do you say it like that?
Because I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to phrase it.
The children?
Children.
The children of the Avengers.
But like none of it, like half of them aren't really children. More of them are just like kids who just stumbled upon it, like Robin.
Who just took up the mantle.
Basically, they're just kids like who just walked in.
But yeah, I know, I've seen that. But so there's just so many characters in Marvel that it's crazy. There's so many teams. There's so many combinations of people. It's wild. I definitely think that Marvel comics are a lot more kid-friendly, if you can put it like that, than DC. DC is very brutal, and you know that.
I feel like it's
you read a Batman comic, and he beats the person basically to death, but not to death. He hurts him so much that he's like paralyzed from the neck down, and he can't move, and he's like, talk. He can't move. He's like stuck.
I mean, that's what you should be looking for if you're looking for action. I mean, like, yeah, we have to cater to, like, the younger audience and stuff, but it's like, if you're looking for the action, you're going to get the action.
I mean, but what thinks you can't get the action in a more toned-down version?
I mean...
You can get action. You can get serious action, you know? Like, there's there's
definitely, like, top-tier, like, fight scenes have been coming from, like, Marvel movies. Like,
Marvel movies are just...
There's a lot of fights. There's a lot of good fights.
You can't tell me not. The only good movie that they've made so far is Justice League, the Snyder Cut. After they had to revise it.
Nah.
Justice League was a bad movie. Batman vs Superman, they had to add all those characters onto it. They could barely even make their single movies.
No, I feel like
the single movies were okay.
So for me,
yes.
For DC Comics,
yes.
Like the best in real life movie or like visualized movie would be like Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And then like the best like animated movie would be Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker.
I love that.
I don't know, like Joker is such a like integral character to DC Comics.
Yeah, and there's not even one Joker. There's 3.
Like 3. Cool, 4 actually.
There could be a billion, you know,
Facts.
like There's just
'Cause I mean,
there's so many Jokers out there.
In the Batman Beyond continuity, like Joker died.
Mr. Mistake.
He had died, and like they had like gangs that were called the Joker.
Yeah, Joe Greens, I know that.
Yeah, that was amazing. I think that was like the closest thing.
But I do think that we have to end it here, though.
We'll leave this fight up for y'all in the comments. Who do you believe won this one, DC or Marvel? I'm still on Team DC. My friend Nelson here is on Marvel.
Definitely on Marvel.
DC won because you know DC's top tier. Batman's a lit. But we're gonna have to give an end to this episode. Do you have any motivational quotes to the people before we leave, Nelson?
Do I have a motivational quote?
Throw it into the camera right there.
All I gotta say is.
Look directly into the camera.
All I gotta say is do your work, stay focused, and be happy. Because through all your hard work and troubles, there will be good fortune.
That's gonna be it. Thank you for the quote, Nelson.
You're welcome.
I am Moon Knight, aka your host Camron Williams. This is
I am Matter Eater Lad, aka Nelson Perez. And this is Contagious Nerds, everybody.
This is Contagious.
Have a good day.
I can't.